All right, let's get right into it. We all have battles we're fighting every day, with our jobs, our goals, with everything going on in the world. But what if I told you the real war, the one that truly matters, isn't out there at all? What if it's happening right inside your own mind? And that's what we're tackling today. We're going to build a battle plan for your mind.
So let me just ask you, straight up, think about it for a second. What's really holding you back from what you want? Who or what is your number one enemy? The one thing that's always in your way? Just think on that.
The answer? It's the person staring back at you in the mirror. Yeah, you. That's the tough truth. And it's really the heart of what we're breaking down today. The only thing standing between you and everything you want is you.
Now, look, this first part isn't about beating yourself up. Not at all. It's actually the opposite. It's about taking back control. Because the second you realize you're the obstacle, you also realize you've got the power to move yourself out of the way.
So how do we do it? How do we become our own worst enemy? Well, it happens every time you let fear make the decisions for you. Every time you pick the easy, comfortable route instead of the one that'll actually make you grow. Or, when you're scrolling and comparing your entire life to someone else's curated highlight reel. Yep, that's it. And that little voice that whispers you're not good enough, that's you fighting against you.
But here's where it all flips. This is the game changer. The fight isn't you against the world. It's you against the imaginary walls you've built around yourself. And just like this says, the second you truly get that you hold the power to change your own life, man, that's when everything changes.
Okay, so if we're the enemy, what's our go-to weapon? What's the thing we use against ourselves over and over again? It's fear. But here's the plan. We're going to take that fear, pull it apart, and expose it for what it really is, just an illusion.
I love this quote. It just frames it so perfectly, right? Fear feels like this huge, endless ocean that's about to swallow you whole. It can totally paralyze you. But in reality, it's just a puddle. Seriously, something you can just step right over.
And this breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you've got the illusion, what fear feels like, this massive ocean, some monster under the bed, that feeling that just freezes you in your tracks. But then, look at the other side. That's the reality. It's a puddle. It's a feeling, yeah, but it's just in your head. And the most important part? It's a choice. It's always a choice to take a step forward anyway.
So here's the big takeaway. Fear isn't just some roadblock. Think of it more like a doorway. Because on the other side of that fear, once you step over that puddle, is everything you've been wanting. Confidence, strength, success, all of it. You don't find confidence by playing it safe. You build it, brick by brick, every time you face down something that scares you.
All right, quick recap. We've identified the enemy. It's us. We've identified the weapon. It's fear. So, what's the battle plan? How do we fight back? The answer is motivation. But here's the twist. We're not going to sit around and wait for it. We're going to build it ourselves.
Yeah, we've got to get this idea out of our heads that motivation is some magical feeling that's just going to strike like lightning. It almost never works like that. Motivation isn't something you find. It's something you create. It's the result of your actions. It's the effect, not the cause.
And this right here, this is the engine. This is how you build it. It all starts with number 1, action. You just have to start. Do the thing, especially on those days you really don't want to. Because when you do that, you get to number 2. You build strength. You prove to yourself, hey, I can do this. And that feeling, that proof, that's what creates number 3, motivation. The feeling follows the action. It's never the other way around.
So you basically have to become your own drill sergeant, your own coach. When that voice in your head starts whispering, just skip it today, it's fine, you have to be the one to shout back, nope, get up, move, do the work. I promise, the motivation you were waiting for will show up eventually.
So what does this look like day to day? This whole battle plan isn't about some single epic moment of victory. No, it's fought in the trenches. It's about winning a bunch of tiny little battles every single day.
We all have this fantasy that success is about that one big break, right? That one lottery ticket moment. But the real truth? It's kind of the opposite. It's boring almost. Real, lasting success is just the grand total of all the small, smart, disciplined choices you make over and over and over again.
And your day is just packed with these little choices. At every turn, it's a crossroads. Are you going to choose comfort, or are you going to push for progress? Are you going to scroll for another hour, or are you going to choose discipline?
hitting snooze for the 5th time, or actually getting up. Every single one of those tiny decisions, it's like you're casting a vote for the person you're going to be tomorrow.
And you want to know the real secret weapon? It's showing up on the bad days. I mean, anybody can be great when they feel great, but your character, your real strength, that's forged in the fire. It's built on the days you feel like garbage, the days you want to quit, but you take one more step. That's the step that changes everything.
And listen, the goal here isn't to be perfect. It's not about changing everything overnight. Forget that. The goal is just to be 1% better today. That's it. Just 1%. It's so small you might not even notice it. But you stack that 1% up, day after day, and before you know it, you've completely transformed.
Which brings us to a really important final point. You have to understand, this isn't a war you win and then it's over. This is a daily fight. It's a lifelong commitment to the journey.
You know, the real win isn't crossing some finish line called success. The real victory is just falling in love with the process. It's about the daily commitment to the grind. It's about showing up when no one's clapping, when there are no rewards in sight. That's where the magic happens. That's where greatness is made.
And just let this one sit with you for a second. We're all so terrified of failing. But what if we're afraid of the wrong thing? What if the thing we should really be scared of is getting to the end of our lives, looking back and realizing we never even tried, that we quit on ourselves, that we never found out what our true potential was? I mean, that feeling of regret, that's got to be way worse than any failure, right?
So it all comes full circle. We're right back where we started. You have all the power. You can keep being the one who gets in your own way, or you can make a different choice. Right now, today, you can choose to be your own hero, the one who champions you, the one who pushes you, and the one who absolutely refuses to let you give up on yourself.
And in the end, it all boils down to this moment, the small choice you're about to make right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. This whole battle for your mind, it's won or lost right here, in these tiny moments. So the only question left is, what are you going to choose?